going on, traders? It is November 24th, 2025. Another trading day in the books. If you did decide to swing trade today, I hope you made some money. If you were like me, you are sitting it out the last few days. It's another night shift here in the trade factory. So it's the same thing every night. First, we look at SPY to see if breakouts are on tomorrow or not. Next, I'll show you guys my watch list. And then last, I'll show you my positions. So looking at SPY for the last 6 days now, the 10-day moving average has been below the 20-day moving average. So that means breakouts are off. They have actually both been trending downwards for the last 5 days also. So it is really not good conditions for breakouts, at least from a swing trading perspective right now. But even when breakouts aren't on, you still want to go over your scans and look at charts to stay sharp so that when the market does come back around, you're ready. I do have a few charts that look decent. I have one that would be on my watch list if we were trading breakouts that I'll show you. I think that one's last, but I wanted to go over a few of them with you. In the meantime, RDNW, this is one that is decent. It had a 71% move in 7 bars, and it's consolidated pretty flat since then. The 10-day moving average has caught up to it, and it's starting to show support on the 10-day moving average. It's pretty tight here on the hourly, but the things that I don't like about this one is this big volume day here has kind of got the volume out of whack. And also, this isn't really forming a flag per se, and it's not at a point right now where it's making higher lows, sustained higher lows. So this one's not the worst chart in the world, but I wouldn't put that on my watch list. RLMD is another one that looks decent, but does just have a few things wrong with it. 93% move in 10 bars, and it's starting to consolidate here around the 10-day moving average, which is good. I'd like to see a little more consolidation for a little bit of a longer period than 3 days. And also, the volume's not really dried up. It's only had below average volume just this one day today in its consolidation. And so for that reason, I don't think that I would take this one either, but it's decent. These are some things that you look for. That's got good linearity, and you like to see stocks starting to make higher lows around the 10-day moving average also. This last one I actually have had on the watch list for a few days now, and it didn't do anything today that would cause me to take it off. This one's IRWD. It's gone 100% in 13 days. And it's starting to consolidate. Again, you got the rising 10-day moving average catching up here. This one has started to kind of make a flag pattern here. You got rising lows on this bottom trend line and lower highs on this top trend line. So it's starting to coil up a little bit. You can see that it made a move for that top trend line this morning on the 9 o'clock bar, but it never really recovered it, and it didn't quite break through the upper trend line there. So this one looks decent, and the volume is not great. It's another one that's only had 1 day of below average volume during the consolidation. So that would be one that I would have on my watch list if we were doing breakouts right now. All right, lastly, I will show you my loan position that I'm in right now, which is doing pretty well. 41% since I entered back on Halloween, actually. PYXS. We entered this day on Halloween when it started to break out of this flag pattern here, and it's done well. It's been riding that 10-day moving average kind of all week last week. I wondered if it was going to close below the 10-day. I took half out on this blue arrow right here, so I got my stop moved up to my entry, and I'm just waiting on this one to close below the 10-day moving average, but it keeps moving up pretty steadily. So this has been a good trade. 40%, up 7% today, especially when you consider how bearish the market has been lately. That makes this move from PYXS over the last 21 days, 15 bars, that makes it even more impressive. You can see on the hourly, I mean, this thing's trending up steadily. It had one big 22% day here on big volume that it's kind of digesting, and it's just now starting to overtake that. So this one's been doing good. We can look at market monitor here before we go. See, we had 396 names in the 4% bullish column today, along with the decent day in SPY. I mean, it was 1.47%, but we're obviously going to need, a few successive days, a few successive bullish days in order to get those moving averages flipped and even pointing upwards again. So that's all I got for tonight. These videos are obviously shorter when the when breakouts are not on, when the moving averages are upside down. But either way, if you do have some good setups that I missed, let me know about them in the comments. And if you want to put a ticker in the comments that you want me to take a look at and tell you what I think about it, if you just put the ticker in the comments, then I'll reply to that comment with what I think. So that's all for today, and I will see you guys tomorrow.